haven't been in this part of the house since last weekend at the live video. It is hot. It's summertime here now.
Yeah, it's officially summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
and the heat came with the solstice because it's like 32, I think it's supposed to be today, and we have 38 in the forecast this week for next market day. So that'll be interesting.
Here, I'm gonna bring it in a little bit more. Okay, Ian, explain why that is a problem.
Because it's hot at the market, and
I wonder what's.
And it makes everything wilt. What's up?
No, the numbers, they just dropped. Sometimes they're not. It means it's like not connected. Okay, no, but like explain in detail.
Well,
right? Like no, people don't know. People have no idea.
When you display the vegetables, especially the sun, but the heat as well, or the wind, they just like destroy them when they're sitting there on display. They look so horrible.
It's like putting them in the oven, basically. Right? So imagine putting a head of lettuce in the oven and then trying to make it look good to sell for fresh lettuce.
This year, for COVID restrictions, we have to put at least one of our sidewalls up between the booths.
You should explain what that is too.
It's just the sidewall is just like a plastic.
So the tent has like panels.
Yeah.
Right? So we have to have a panel in between us and the next tent over.
And last year we put the panel at the back and then put the sign in front of it because the sign was tiny. But we got a new sign printed this year that is almost the entire size of the backdrop. So I have been just using that one panel that we have to put it on the side. And I put it on the side that the sunrise comes up. And that normally had like a laser beam effect across the front of the display and just destroyed stuff. It destroys the flowers. It really is really hard on the stand. And now just having that light blocked makes it a lot nicer. It's nicer for a lot of reasons. So even after the COVID restrictions, I'm still going to put up that side panel because for YouTubing, like one of the things we do whenever we're shooting videos, I think about this sometimes. I'm like, it's almost entirely Serena and I in our videos. Like,
what do you mean?
In our videos, there's almost never anyone else.
Yeah, and that's on purpose.
On purpose. That's because we try not to include anyone else, just because
like TV show, like it makes me nervous because like TV shows get like actor release forms that you have to like sign, and all this kind of stuff.
We just try to be respectful of other people's privacies because they may not want to be. So like it could be like a fuzzy blurred out person at the market, and I'm fine with that. But clear shots of other people, unless we've like pre-planned it, we're just not into that. So having the side sheet means that I have an angle to shoot the stand
background
without getting people in the way and stuff. So it's good for that. And then it also creates a nice dispersed light. Like the cameras, if you have like a laser beam of light coming through and then the rest of it's kind of in shadows, the camera is going to adjust the light levels for that laser beam and not for the shadows. So the shadows just disappear. It makes for really bad footage. And there was a bunch of markets last year where I couldn't get the tent set up quick enough to be able to take B-roll of it before the laser beam started. And then all the footage, still looked nice, but it didn't look as good as it could. So I'm like, sidewalls all the way.
We bring home, because you film and you don't necessarily know what it looks like until you look at it on the computer. So you're like, oh yeah, this looks so good. And then you look at it on the computer and you're like, oh no. Yeah. But then you learn. Okay, so people are asking about our location in the market. Is it like, do we have a set spot?
No, but we do have a general area that we're usually in. The market manager, she tries to kind of give everybody a little bit of space. It's not like there's the farm section and then...
Yeah, so what he means is the market, it has like 100 vendors probably at this point. And so the market manager makes sure to sprinkle the farms. And so we're a veggie farm. And there's lots of other veggie farms. And then there's also people who are specifically fruit farms. And so she tries to scatter everyone evenly throughout the market.
Yeah. And there's other veggie farms just in our vicinity. But usually if you are in the local area, we're close to the bathroom and
the dumpster.
The dumpster, yeah.
Which isn't a bad spot. It means that if you have to run to the bathroom.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Now we are still in the same area. We've just been getting a few spots down away from the dumpster. I imagine we may get moved back to the dumpster, but there's a really good stall that is taking up, you know, that it kind of makes sense to have them over by the bathroom because they take up a bit more space.
Is it the chicken?
Yeah, this one guy, he's been doing like a chicks, like baby chickens petting zoo, and you know that's not just,
that's like perfect. That's like such a farmer's market activity, right?
It's really exciting for people, right? You know, like kids and stuff. It is in the city, so lots of people don't ever get to pet little baby chicks, and you know that's one of the reasons why the farmers market is good. If you ever watched our video where we interviewed our market manager, she talks about how you got to make your farmers market like a destination. It's got to be like a fun spot, right? And so the chicks are perfect for that. But you know, having them right next to the you know bathroom.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like, you know, take the kids, pet the chickens,
but it worked,
wash their hands after.
It did work well for us last year as a spot because it meant that sometimes we kind of got just a little bit extra space that meant we could have people side shopping because we had, you know, so many flower bouquets.
The other thing too is, which is something you would never think about unless you were the market manager, but part of where people, I know I drank it all, I'm like dying. Part of where people get placed is it has to do with their vehicles, right? So the market manager, you know, after people start going to the markets, she realizes, oh, okay, this person has a really big, so Ian, he goes down, he has a really big truck. So she needs to give him a spot that fits his truck. You know, and then if someone had like a small car, you know, she'd then partner us with that. So part of her, you know, layout math is all these like crazy things that happen in the morning that no one ever sees at the market, right?
I got Sam yelling at me, so I'm gonna be back in a second.
Okay. Okay, so channel announcement. We're doing something kind of different today. And I want to say this. What?
Wait for me.
I'm talking about the live.
Oh.
Or the premiere or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we'll have to, yeah, so I know that for, like, during the live, people, like, pop in and they pop out. So I'm gonna mention this a couple times throughout it. But we, at 7 o'clock, so this live is gonna be a little bit shorter than, you know, when we get all rambly and we go for an hour and a half or more. But yeah, at 7 o'clock, we are doing a premiere of June farm tour. I just finished it up like right before this live. I finished the video and then I had to go get dinner for the kids and then I was on here with you guys. But so, you know, a couple minutes before 7, I'll let you guys know. We're going to end the live and then we can jump over and we can all watch the premiere of the farm tour together. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. And like I said, I'll bring it up a couple more times because I know some people are here just to see what's going on, see what we're talking about today. And then they leave. But I'm excited to show you guys what's going on in the farm. Yeah, I think we filmed this like the day before. Yes, I don't know. I can't even remember. Things have been a blur. Things have been a blur. Someone was asking what's for dinner, and this is currently what's for dinner. Lots of water. Yeah, this is like weird weather for us. Normally June is the wettest month of the year, or like the most amount of precipitation falls in June out of any month of the year, right? Because snow, you know, is fluffy, but when it melts down, and we've like had 0. I think we've had like 1 day of rain, And now it's like full on summer because we get like 100 degrees, but it kind of like 90 and then it ticks up to 100 and it stays there for a day or two and then it ticks back down. And then it just kind of does that throughout.
Yeah,
the
we
summer.
are still in Canada, but we're also one of the like hottest spots in Canada.
Yeah. But yeah, it's getting to 100 this weekend, which is
early for it.
Yeah, which is really early. Normally we'd have rain, and it would be like it wouldn't be cold, but it'd be rainy and not hot, and so having this like full on crazy hot weather, normally June we kind of like ease into the heat, but for it to go like boom hot June, it's it's a little bit difficult to get used to it. You need to get into like habits of like drinking enough water, because we're working outside all day. Today I've been inside, not outside so much, but even inside we have like window air conditioners that for the summer we set up in our bedrooms because it's so hard to sleep, and like the kids have a hard time sleeping when it's really hot out. Ian always complains. Do you want to come complain about air conditioning?
Well, I don't like the sound. I like hot weather, and I like cold weather.
Our compromise is when we put the kids to bed, we turn on the window air conditioner, because I agree it's loud. We put on the window air conditioner in our bedroom to cool down the heat, like the heat of the day out of the bedroom, and then it's not disgusting to sleep. But the house definitely gets hot.
Yeah, the house heats up.
Yeah.
We got new windows this past winter, and they've got like a sun reflective coating. How not all the heat is supposed to come in the same way for a bunch of the windows. So that might help some, but it's still...
Our house is like an oven. Yeah. We found out when the windows got done that apparently we have like a foot of stucco on the outside of our house.
Yeah.
Which I was like shocked when we moved in, because this house is like 120 years old. We've lived in old houses.
Yeah.
They usually are like
houses than this.
Really bad for insulation. And when we moved in, the winter heating hasn't been that bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh wow, like someone must have like updated the insulation. But no, it's just we literally have like a stone wall's worth of stucco. Yeah. Like our house is insulated with stucco, which means in the summer, the heat just bakes in, and then it's like a pizza oven. Our house is a pizza oven, basically.
And we're the pizza.
Mm-hmm. But the window air conditioner actually does a pretty good job.
Yes,
it cooks through into the pizza oven of our bedroom, cools down the stucco. There is no air conditioning, or there's no insulation.
Once it cools down, then it's
fine. Once it cools down, it's fine. Because that's one of the I do not complain about the summers here, because yes, we get hot, but it's not humid. Right, so the nights, the sun goes, because we're desert, right? So the sun goes down, the nights are cool, so it's actually really pleasant. Yeah. It's not outside. It's hot, but it's not sticky, right? So we cover up, right? We're always covered. Though Ian was bad today. Ian had his shirt off today.
Woo! You went to the beach the other day.
Yeah, but I bought a long-sleeved bathing suit. Oh, yeah. So, but yeah, we cover up. We do like the desert people thing. We like cover long sleeves, and it keeps cooler, right? Because the sun hits the fabric instead of hitting our skin. And then it's hot, but you just drink water and stay hydrated. But yeah, I feel for people who hit 100 with humidity, because that is unpleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna.
What was the thing that you wanted to say that you were like?
We're starting another channel.
Oh. Well, we haven't even decided.
I know, but we kind of.
Oh! Spoiler! We're starting another channel.
It's already
spoiler! It has 1,400 subscribers already.
Almost 1,700.
Oh, really?
We started it after we lost comments all along. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was like over 2 years ago.
and we switched the names back and forth. That became You Can't Eat the Grass, and this became
Yeah.
You Can't Eat the Grass Blog. What a great title! Now and then we gave up on it. We put out a few videos.
Yeah, we put out some video.
And we were like,
I think
this
what
is like
happened
starting
was
over
maybe a video, like something happened on this channel, and it like did really good.
Yeah,
right. Like there was something in the back catalog that exploded.
We just got tired of it, and I think we put some farm tour. We put like an August farm tour out on this channel, and then it exploded, and then we did that like cut flower for beginners, and we did.
No, at that point we'd already given up on the other channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's too long.
Anyway,
you remember? We don't remember.
Things happened, and now what Serena is.
This is amusing me that Ian. This is the thing Ian's all excited about because, like, we had a whole conversation where he was like, "It's a horrible idea."
Well,
but apparently I convinced him, and now I'm regretting it.
No,
maybe.
I'm just.
Okay. Anyways, go
it's
ahead.
Just fun to
Say
spoil.
this.
It's fun to spoil the gossip.
But anyways, go ahead.
So the idea is it's more like individual day content. So, Serena's like, today on the farm, we're going to harvest snapdragons. And then it's just like a quicker video. It's not the same level of production as the vlogs, which are very intense, but it's like a daily window into like stuff on the farm. And there's probably a lot of information there that people will enjoy.
Yeah.
And
that it's like okay, so my thinking, which I think maybe has convinced Ian, was there's all these things that we say we want to like make a video about.
But the way that YouTube works, you need to have a very narrow band.
Yeah, if we make a boring video on this channel, then you'll never be shown one of our videos ever again. It's literally how it works.
It kind of blows
our mind that like these live videos don't like mess up our channel.
We think that they might behave completely differently.
Yeah, so maybe they get categorized as different. But we're really cautious. We only want to. Basically, I feel like on this channel, we only ever want to put out something we think is like TV quality.
Yeah.
And obviously, like we're not professional like
TV people.
We don't do like TV people stuff. Clearly, because I don't brush my hair. I'm pretty sure you need to brush your hair for TV.
Yeah.
Right? And we don't know how to use a camera.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure you need to know what like an f-stop is.
And
all I know about cameras is that I should know what an f-stop is. I don't know what that means though. But basically we still want to make these like really, really like high quality videos. They take forever. And then sometimes there's these things that we want to just like, people keep asking us like, oh, like the perfect example is how we cook bok choy.
Yeah.
We've been saying for like a year and a half that we're going to like show people how we cook bok choy, but it's just like, oh, like, how do we make it look good?
Yeah, how do we put it into a video? And then if we have another channel, we don't have to care about ruining the momentum of the main channel with these vlogs, because the reality is the vlogs do take so much work that they have to perform to justify themselves. Yeah. And they're only even like they're doing really well right now compared to like how they've done in the past. And even still, they're just kind of getting to the point where they need to be, and they need to be a little bit more too, just like do a little bit better, just because of the time investment that they take. And like our computer is just overflowing with
I know.
Like 50 gigs.
We're like, oh my god, we need to like make like a network of computers. Like we're like, we have too much, but we need like, I don't like.
At the same time, I've been thinking about this. I'm like, this is like the most creative period of time of our life. Like, I think this could be some of the best content that we ever make, because you know, if we're making
Ian,
if
okay.
we're making
So
content in like 4 years.
Ian makes me laugh because so we've had the channel for like 4 years now, and he was like it was definitely my project.
It wasn't a non-believer.
It was definitely you were a very supportive husband.
It was
right.
It was definitely Serena's project until we moved here.
No, but even when we moved here, it wasn't until like you started to see the channel getting some attention.
Well, what it was
that you got excited.
Serena's better. She's more natural in front of the camera, right? She just like right away. Even going back to the first video, there's definitely things that we could improve on.
Like it's so funny to look back at your like first videos.
Yeah, but you know, Serena was basically completely comfortable and you know informative and well spoken right off the bat in front of camera. And we were in like a suburban type situation, you know, like we had 0.18 of an acre and we had neighbors all around us. And Ian was like paranoid about talking in front of the camera.
Ian was embarrassed.
So I felt more comfortable in our backyard, but I never felt, you know, like I wouldn't speak with my like full voice. I was like timid in front of the camera. And now we have space, so we've been doing it for long enough that I'm comfortable.
Ian, look at that projection. What? You do.
Yeah. You
speak very loudly. It's almost too loud sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I have to sound balance Ian down because he's speaking too loudly.
You know.
Should I rant? Should I rant? Okay. Anyways, go ahead. I can rant after. Get off. Oh, too hot. Your point about the channel.
Like, well,
I
actually I always saw value in it.
Yeah, okay. But back to what we were talking about.
About starting a new channel.
Yeah. Except for not starting a new channel.
Like putting content out on our other channel.
Yeah.
So also it has comments.
Yeah. That's the reason why we started it. We started it because we were like real bummed when the comments disappeared. But no one went over there and made comments. So we were like, well, if no one's going to comment on the new channel, and it's like so much work to make a new channel, then we'll just keep going with no comments. I think it's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This channel got hot, and
yeah,
we chose it.
We were like, oh wait, we have a farm that we have to do. I think is what actually happened because this all went down.
Well, we stopped making content for the summer. We made very few videos.
Yeah. So what happened? Yeah, now I'm remembering. Okay, so we moved here and we're making content all through that like summer and fall and winter, all about getting ready, you know, and then
it was like February or something when it
No, and then it was like spring because there's a few videos on there where like I'm like getting ready, I'm farm planning, we're like, you know, we're building the farm, like actually tilling up the first beds. And then we lost the comments and it was like, what? Because it was like, why are we even doing this if like we can't talk to people?
Because we had a bunch of people.
We had all these people who were like helping us out.
Yeah. Yeah. And they, you know, they make us laugh. They, you know, encourage us.
Yeah, totally. Like the only benefit of the videos, because they take forever. They've always taken forever. But the only benefit was like getting to like have a community of people, and then you know it felt like.
But now this is the community.
It felt like there was nothing.
This is the replacement for comments on the channel.
Doing the live.
Is putting time aside to do the live videos.
Exactly. And so then we were like, oh, we need those comments.
What is the other channel called? It's called.
I don't know. And like
you
can't if you search you can't eat the grass.
Two
I
things
think
might come
two
up.
Things come up. And the other one, unless, I don't know. For us,
we're going to call it You Can't Eat the Grass.
Today on the Farm.
Today on the Farm. So we'll tell you guys when we're going to actually start posting content there. We haven't actually.
There is content on that channel though.
It was pretty funny.
And there is a few videos that I'm like, oh, these are great videos. There's a video where like that I link sometimes in the community posts. Because every spring people are like, oh, Serena, you're doing seedlings. I want to do seedlings. And the first year I did seedlings, I made a video being like, don't do seedlings. It's a bad idea.
Seedling sale.
Yeah, seedling sale. And I made like a whole video explaining like this is why it's a bad idea. And I really like that video, even though it hasn't.
And
it still hold true to.
on that channel is a video that turned me into a professional videographer.
Oh yeah.
Because I released a video, because on this channel, like, we're not doing cat videos. We can't, because of that narrow focus that we have to maintain. But who cares on that other channel? And I put out a cat video, and it got reposted to some French site or something like that, where Bo was purring, and he's like so loud. He's louder even when he was a kitten. And he makes this like horror movie sound. It's like, and so he was doing his like crazy purr, and like I did it. The house was all quiet, so it sounds all good, and put up this video, and then this clip show. I don't remember what it's called.
Right this minute.
Yeah, they contacted
like
us,
that?
and they wanted to put it on their show, and I was like, "You can do that if you pay me $100."
Ian's like, "You gotta pay me."
I told them, because Serena.
So like in the first year of doing videos, we sold a clip of the kids playing like on a video. Like it's been taken down since, because we took down a bunch of the kid videos. But yeah, I sold it. I made like over $1,000. I paid for our camera.
Yeah, like $750 US. They paid.
No, I thought it was.
No, it was $750.
Was it $750?
Yeah. And it was for some like hospital system.
Yeah, it was like a commercial for a hospital or something.
But
which meant I was a professional filmographer.
And she was like rubbing it in my face about how she was a pro. And then this company contacted us about this Bo video, and I was like, "Look, if you pay me $100, then I could tell my wife that I'm a professional videographer. So like, just pay me something, and you can use it." And they were like, "Sure." And then they used our joke too online.
What?
Because I was like this.
Oh yeah, you said he sounded like Predator.
Yeah, he sounded like Predator, and then one of the people, they're like, "It sounds like Predator," and they're like, "Ha ha ha ha," or something like that.
I guess you didn't say Predator in the title though.
Yeah,
you called it like our cat sounds like a movie monster or something. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's exciting to have a place for comments.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is my thinking about it. I'm actually getting into the time of year when I have more time, which sounds insane.
Yeah.
Because when things are harvesting, now it's just like
the planting and the building.
The planting and the building, like April and May are my busiest time of the year. So now basically me and our employee, all we're doing at this point is harvesting. And
weeding.
Ian's like, I saw a weed outside, and I'm like, yeah, get used to it. There's going to be weeds. But yeah, so I have a little bit more time. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe every once in a while, spend a couple hours, make a video answering a question. Because, and that's like the one thing too, like you guys like ask so many really great questions all the time. And you guys ask questions that, like, I love your guys' questions because they're quite often complicated enough questions that I can't actually just like write a sentence and give you an answer, right? Like if you're like, how big are your beds? I can be like, we have 30-inch beds and 18-inch paths. So our total bed width is 4 feet and they're 50 feet long. Easy answer. But you'll be like, how do you decide that a 30-inch bed is easier to work with versus a 48-inch bed? And that's not a simple question, right? That's like I'll talk about it for 24 hours straight on a live video, right?
Yep. Did you tell them we got 2 videos coming out this week?
No, but I did tell. Okay, so yet again, let's do the reminder. This video is only going, the live, we're only going until 7. At 7, we are premiering our June farm tour. So at 7 o'clock, we're going to shut this down and then we can all jump over and watch the farm tour together.
Yeah. The farm looked really nice. the other day when we shot it.
Okay, so
And then also we did film a farm market vlog this week. It's still
this week was like chaos, which then led to our video making routine. He's fine. He's going. We just saw our son like walk into the part of the yard where no one ever goes, but he actually plays up there a lot because there's like old irrigation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a bit like unorganized for the video because we normally have like a routine for harvesting and making the video about harvesting, which delayed that video.
Yeah.
But it's coming.
Yeah.
Right? What day is it? It's Monday?
We're going to aim for Thursday, we were talking?
Yeah.
Thursday or Friday?
Thursday. Get it done tomorrow?
Yeah. And
then clean it up on Wednesday? That's doable. Yeah.
I've made a lot of progress on it.
I was thinking the one that we're going to film this week. So you guys...
Thanks so much.
Oh, thanks so much. How did the market go? Oh, now you have to tell her because she gave you money for the answer.
It went really good. It was our best market ever, but I am going to leave it at that so I don't spoil the surprise.
What? Okay, I'll give you another clue. If you took the decimal out of the money that you gave us, we made more than that.
That's so much.
People are bad at math, so they'll have to like think about that and scroll through.
Yeah. That's a real puzzle there.
It's like one of those skill testing questions you have to answer.
At the end of an Indiana Jones movie. And then you get it wrong and you turn to dust. $100? You sold $100? That's it?
You chose unwisely. No, it was definitely exciting.
And the flowers sold through. Yeah.
Though we sold less flowers this last weekend than we did
because we had less. But it's really hard to sell when things start petering out. And
Ian learned all about having to fluff the display.
Well, Serena keeps cutting this out of the videos, but I've been talking.
Yeah, no, this is the perfect time to talk about it.
I've been using a new table alignment that I haven't seen anyone else ever use. I don't think it's thought of.
Well, it's a display that people do use for trade shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the trade shows, they have them set up so people actually go in.
So last year we had 4 feet between all of our stalls for like social distancing, just for some space.
Oh, I'm going to interrupt first to answer this question. Ian didn't wear a crown. That must be why he sold less in flowers.
Yeah.
It's not actually. It's because I didn't send as many. I think I only had 500, just like over less than 600 in flowers. And the week before I sent $840 in flowers.
And you sold the majority of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The point, what was the point? Okay, yeah. So
you're
before I could always walk around the outside of the display, so I could make a big wall up front and just like walk around the table. But now everybody, because they got rid of the social distancing, everybody's tents are right next to each other. I can't just like use my neighbor's tent as like a way to walk through. But I was like, I have so much stuff. I need to find a way to rearrange stuff so that I can do it. So we were doing this like 2-table kind of like scissor thing. And then we were giving up on that. I wanted to use all 3 tables. I wanted 3 big tables. So I started putting 3 big tables and then putting 2 next to each other like this. And then a third one over there and having a path. And the table that was by itself was just flowers. And then the other 2 tables, I had built up 2 levels.
Yeah, so he had a table fronting there, and then he had like a vertical display. And then he had, here, put your finger for where you stood, Ian. And then Ian stood right there.
And the thing about it is I can stand right out in front all day. And so I'm really quick to engage customers. And I was just see if I could bring up a picture of it so that people can get the idea. But
oh yeah, we had carrots, which is part of the reason why Ian's like, we won't sell $1,000 until we have carrots. The display looked really good. You guys are really gonna enjoy the market footage that he got, I think.
Yeah.
Are you teasing? You're teasing the.
Well, I'm gonna.
Okay.
So.
Okay, cover your face. Cover your face. I have my face covered.
You can see there. Sorry, this is the best picture I have on my phone.
Did you cover your face? It won't focus.
I don't have my face in it. But over here, there's 2 tables, and then over here, there's 1. And this week, I had built up levels on this as well because Serena requested that. But then there's 2 levels built up there, and so this is at the start of the market.
Put it down.
So I still had carrots, and then what I've been doing is I've been using the dried flowers to fill in the gaps. So as soon as stuff starts selling through, because like I had all the kohlrabi on the top shelf at the back, and then once the carrots sold through, I brought all the kohlrabi into the carrot spot, and then filled the whole top of the back shelf with dried flowers. And they don't sell like crazy, but I sell $30 of them every market.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mind blown. Oh, it's so hot.
Yeah.
Skin on me.
And so they're really easy to bring back and forth to the market and set up. So they're perfect.
The reason why I really like this display, because Ian and I, we argue about the display a lot because we have different ideas.
We argue about lots of stuff.
Yeah, we argue about everything when it
I wouldn't
comes
say
to.
everything.
No, we argue. Let me
No,
finish.
I wouldn't say
Let me
everything.
finish. Okay, we argue about everything that has to do with our businesses, right? So we argue about the farm and we argue about the YouTube all the time. But we
have different creative visions.
Yeah, and we feel our arguing about the businesses is what makes the businesses better. Because we then have to deal with both people's different visions to come to the best vision.
And then also I think we've made 500 videos. That's a lot of videos. Yeah. So there's always another video. So like when we argue, it's like whatever. If you want to do,
I like discuss, not argue. It's definitely more arguing.
Yeah.
Right? Because like
we'll
sometimes we get like angry because we're like, I'm right, you're wrong.
But then we'll just.
And then we're like.
I'll be like, whatever.
Okay, the reason why our marriage works so good is because we're both always right. So we need to get to the place where we're both right for the market or the video.
Also, there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? There's no right or wrong in creative visions, like for a video.
Yeah, but this is like a definitive which sells more. This is my line drawn in the sand. If you can't say why your idea is good, then your idea doesn't get to get considered.
But then if you do say what it is good, and she'll just be like, no, you still have to say why it's good. And
no, then I'm like, why is your idea better than my idea?
And then I'll say that.
Say what?
I'll say why my idea is better, and then you'll say
no. Because it's better.
No.
No. No, but you have to say the why. You have to. It's not the thing that matters. It's the why that matters, right? Right. It doesn't matter what your opinion is. It's why it's your opinion that matters.
So when we. Okay, we have different ideas about things. Is basically what it comes down to.
Okay, but so what I was gonna say is back to the display. Ian had some ideas for the display that I wasn't liking, but he wasn't happy with the display ideas that I had been giving out. And so he came up with this, and this I really liked because what it does is it's a very distinct and visually impactful display for the veggies, right? Because the tiered up table is like veggie central, right? And then it's a very clear and distinct spot to display the flowers.
Yeah,
right.
I like the separation.
And that is what I like, right? Because
then somebody can be shopping the flowers and somebody can be shopping the veggies.
Yeah.
And
and everything like has its place. Yeah. So that's why I like it. And then Ian's right there, to help them. Or
it's a lot easier.
Or if there's lots and lots of flowers, he can move out of the way and people can go in and look at the further back flowers.
And I'm also just up front all the time, so it's really convenient for me to constantly be cleaning up the stand. You know, every time something sells, I'm just right there to replace it, right? And we got slammed. We got absolutely hammered in the first hour that we had the carrots there at the last market. Like, we got rushed in that first hour. Like, we've never been rushed even close to it before. And it's just me. One of the efficiencies that we have is the fact that I can do a market by myself, both setting up and then, you know, do it all. Because if you hire an employee right there, you know, that's $150 or something like that you have to sell just to make up for the employee cost, right? And we got rushed for like $450 in the first hour. That is so many sales. That was so many customers. It was like people just one after another, after another, after another. But I was right there so that the small little gaps, I was constantly like filling the stand back up and then getting ready for the next rush, right? People were coming. As soon as I'd take a bunch of carrots out, I'd have more people there to buy them, right? And as soon as I moved the flowers,
sold out of carrots like by
that,
9 o'clock. Like it was
crazy. That was when the carrots sold it, and we had what, 40 bunches, 60,
more,
50,
more than 50, I think.
And then after that, I had one little like flower rush where I was like, oh, we're off to like a really good start. This is going good. And then all of a sudden, I got flower rushed like right around 9:30, and I sold I think 7 bouquets all at once. Like the customers,
which is $140 now that we're doing the $20 bouquet.
Yeah,
which is, you know. And
then it was like, okay, I need to be like trying to sell as much as I can all day because we can finally make that $1,000, right? Like we were really off to a good start. But like 7 people and they're all like buying stuff and I'm trying to get all their flowers ready and stuff. That was really exciting just to see that, you know, what we're doing is exciting for people, because last year at this time, that market was our first, you know, the equivalent market was our first market of the year.
Yeah, which is crazy because I've been feeling so far behind. And then look at Instagram and see like, oh, last year we were like no flowers and a pile of bok choy. It's like what we were doing.
Yeah, and all, you know, like already we're having $500 markets with the flower sales. So, you know, we're feeling like there is some pretty good potential there, and you know, we're maybe starting to unlock it. I could have sold more. I could have sold a lot more. I ran out of carrots that early. You know, in future years.
I woke up because I stayed up super late again. No, Ian is not employee of the month because he hasn't made the walk-in cooler, and I gave him a date that he had to get it by if he wanted to steal employee of the month from our employee.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think Ev's.
Yeah, she's
got a good chance with this one.
Yet again, Ev is employee of the month. Ian can like make a bat for November because Ev won't be working in November.
Yeah.
We are not doing the Wednesday markets yet. We can't do the Wednesday markets because the plan this year is Saturdays and Wednesdays, but we can't do it. Oh, thanks so much.
Thanks, Charlie.
What is it?
Charlie.
It's like a little dove with the sprig.
Oh, okay.
You know? Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, we can't do the Wednesday markets until we have the walk-in cooler. Just because it's too busy to do these like harvesting the day before the market. Once we have the walk-in cooler, then the harvesting is staggered because we have the walk-in cooler to store everything in. But we give some details about that in the video coming up, because I know that was definitely a thing that I feel people didn't necessarily understand, which is it's not that we don't have enough time during the week, right? Because harvesting isn't actually that difficult. It's the fact that it's hot out, right? So if you harvest in the heat,
we don't have the storage,
but you don't have a fridge to get it into right away, then the product just instantly degrades. So the reason why I stay up every night harvesting is because it's cool, not because I run out of hours during the day. It's just it's temperature and lack of fridge space. Oh, okay. So the merch, I have the pictures, right? Because part of it is like making sure that like the images work. I was supposed to work on it this weekend, but it was a chaos weekend. But I'm thinking I might take an office day, right? Because it's like we're pretty caught up on the farm, so I might take a day or two, do some work inside.
You know, we kind of feel like there's the work that your physical self has to do, and then there's the office work, and there's also the video work.
Yeah.
And they all kind of take different parts of your brain or your body. And a lot of times, you know, we'll both, because we kind of share working on everything. And one of us will be working outside on something, the other will be inside working on a video, and, you know, just keeping track of the kids or whatever. And then
the kids is like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
one of us
what's
is always
Ian doing? Ian's
one of us
taking care of the
always
kids. It's full-time.
Has to basically have an eye on the kids, right? And then we'll switch, you know, the person who was inside sitting on their butt working on the video will go outside, and the other person will come in and make dinner or something like that. And so we're always like,
oh, thank you so much, Patricia.
You know, we're always trying to maximize like having somebody outside working at all times because we need to. But there's these other, you know, tasks that we have to focus on getting done as well. We can't, you know, forget about making videos. And I think that we basically use the time that maybe like other people might watch TV at night. That's a lot of our editing time. That's you know, instead of
that's when we argue.
Yeah.
We sit down and we argue about what we're gonna do in the next couple days.
Yeah. And I think utilizing that nighttime for, you know, still when you're still awake but your body's tired from working hard, you know, that really helps us with our productivity.
Yeah. And I'm like a night owl. So like I like get active at night. You know, like I'm dragging my butt until like afternoon. Yeah. And then afternoon hits and I'm like, "Oh, okay, it's go time."
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's so kind. Yeah. So I like to do office work in the morning for me, because that's like when I'm not necessarily feeling super getting up and go.
How's our time here? Do you know time?
Well, so we started at 6. So so should I rant about the floret bouquet making video?
What?
You know my rant. You've had to hear it. The video that everyone keeps sending us about the how to make bouquets by Floret.
I didn't know you were ranting about that.
But should I? Someone was asking about it.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, what are you going to say?
I was going to check the time. Is our video premiering at 7 or is it at 7:10?
Yeah, but there's like a countdown thing, right?
Where did all the ice go?
Oh, I took it apart so it's not in there. So there's no ice right now.
Yeah, because it turned into a big frozen block. So we had to let it melt.
Okay, we have enough time. So I'll do it quickly.
Mounted.
It's not, I'm not saying anything mean about florets. Ian's always like, don't rant about things, you get like worked up and you say things that are offensive, and then people like, then after these live videos are done, we have like way less subscribers on our channel, and like people hate us after. He like gives me a hard time when I rant. But look, everyone wants me to, Ian. Oh, first, okay, Team Flowers, Team Veggies.
Go Flowers.
Okay, what's your vote, guys?
Yeah.
Team Flowers, Team Veggies, and then I'll rant until...
Two votes, Team Flowers.
I don't know. People were throwing down all of our members were throwing down the Team Veggies.
That's
when you were talking about the carrots.
Ooh, it's Team Veggies.
Fatty. Okay, Kelly, you'll love this. So Fatty has been like coming inside.
Oh, we got a biannual.
Fatty's been coming inside the house and sleeping inside during the day. Because Bo, who fights with Fatty.
We didn't really talk about it, but we lost one of our cats a little while ago.
Yeah.
Mew.
And Mew and Fatty fought with each other.
And peed on stuff.
So if Fatty came in the house, Mew would pee on everything, and if Mew went in the outbuilding, Fatty would pee on everything. So that was a nightmare.
Oh, thanks so much, guys.
If I had a rant channel. Well, there you go. Today on the farm, so I'm gonna rant. Could you imagine?
Yeah. I'm missing Mew. He was such a cute little guy. He was like waiting for us all the time for
Yeah.
like snuggles.
He was getting
He was a little teddy
old.
bear.
He was like older. So we don't know.
But he went outside and he just never
We don't
came
know
back.
what happened. There's coyotes in the area. But he had health issues in the past. And so cats do, if they're sick, they go and like
Run away.
hide.
Yeah.
So there's a chance he could have like gone and hid in like a neighbor's orchard because he was like dying. Because he had kind of slowed down over the winter.
Yeah.
But
he was still adorable.
Yeah, totally.
And because he was like 10 or 12 or something like
No,
that.
he was like way older
No,
than
no.
that. Yeah, he was like 13.
That's how old he was. So, anyways, he kind of
Are you okay? Careful, please.
he kind of was like
No, do not do that. It's not food. My son is eating chapstick.
So, like I didn't have a pet growing up, and so he was the first like from a baby pet
Yeah.
that I ever had.
Because I had Sadie
Yeah.
before Ian and I got together.
But Sadie was still pretty young when we
So
got together.
Sadie was like Ian's stepchild.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're still a parent, but like, you know.
Yeah, you were.
And then Mew was his like first real cat child.
Yeah, and having Mew and raising him up, I was like, okay, maybe I will try to have human kids.
Yeah, Ian was like, I don't want kids. And then he was like, oh, the kitten's sleeping on me so I can do anything all day. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you want kids, you crazy person. I'd come home and he'd be like, look at these pictures I took of my cat. You know, because he'd be home like in the summer and I'd be at work, you know.
Yeah, because I did like forestry work, so
Just
I was
like
on and off.
Ian would be like crazy mom styles
Well,
about like
I'm not
cats.
the only person who
Yeah,
takes cat
obviously,
pictures.
cats are the best. I'm not judging. I was like, show me. I want to see these pictures.
Yeah, we went and got a hamburger one time for him just to do like a hamburger photo shoot.
We did the eyes, knees part.
Except for Bo.
But Bo's been fighting with Fatty about Bo being the boss of the outbuilding. So Fatty can come inside.
Bo actually wants to live outside.
Yeah.
And
In the summer.
Fatty wants to live in the house.
Yeah.
So they're kind of doing
We'll
a
see.
swap.
We'll see.
They're swapping.
We'll test things, but no one wants cat pee everywhere.
Yeah.
So, okay, rant. So everyone keeps sending me this floret bouquet making video, and I love it. It's a great video. And I highly recommend anyone who hasn't seen it to watch it, because after the first year of doing flowers, we saw it and we got tons and tons and tons of useful tips out of it. There's like lots of like really, really good efficiency tricks. And we actually planned our farm to be able to do some of the tricks so that the bouquet making would go faster. But the title of it is like make bouquets in under a minute.
Mm.
You know the one now, right?
No. But that's
okay. Ian's totally heard me like rant about this. So in the video, she has like everything laid out, completely ready on the table.
Most of the work is like getting everything ready.
Yeah.
And then she's like, make bouquets in under a minute.
And so she in a minute she grabs a handful of stuff, and then she like passes it off to like her husband, who then like cuts it down, bands it, and sleeves it. And so I love it. I love the video. It's great. Tons and tons of useful tips. But it's not that I take a long time to make bouquets, because it only takes a minute to make a bouquet. The easiest part is grabbing a handful of stuff off the table.
After the leaves have been stripped.
After the leaves have been stripped and after you've laid it out. And also if what you're working with is these big, huge bunches, right? Like if what you're using is individual flowers, you know, instead of a spray of flowers. So now you have to grab 4 flowers instead of just like one thing that has like 4 branches. So I love the video. I love that you guys are sending it to me because it is a great video. But you can't watch the video and then make bouquets in a minute. That's not how it works. You know, and part of the reason why I want to bring it up in the video is I get really nervous when people, because like Florette's amazing and she has tons of really great information, and she's super inspiring, right? Like people all the time talk about like I found Florette and I started a flower farm and here I am now. My story isn't I found Florette.
No, but you have been inspired to be creative with your bouquets.
Yeah, totally. I've been like, someone gifted me her arranging book, and I've been like playing around with it and like trying out some of the ideas. Like she's like super inspiring. But she sometimes makes it look like really easy, and it's not. Right? Like if the work of having a flower farm was the 1 minute that you spend throwing, I know, but we're gonna end it at 7 exactly.
No, but I know, but we should just bring back up because people are coming and going.
Okay, let me finish my sentence. Yeah, so the work of having a flower farm isn't the 1 minute. Oh, thank you so much, Roxanne. So the work of a flower farm isn't the 1 minute when you grab the perfectly put together things into your hand and go, oh, aren't they beautiful, before you then pass it off for the actual work of like banding it and everything. The real work is busting your butt out in the field, putting those seeds in the ground and then cutting them and stripping the leaves and like hauling these huge heavy buckets into your cooler and then like this one doesn't look very good, so like I gotta chuck that into the compost pile. And that work is boring. So quite often we don't show it, and I 100% understand why Florette doesn't show it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's my rant. It takes more than a minute. That's my rant.
Okay, so in case, because there are new people jumping in and out, totally. This live stream is going to end, and we're going to premiere our new farm tour. The farm looked absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it looks really good. We shot it in like really good light.
So it looks really nice.
While editing it, we were like, oh my god, because we have this new camera, right? And we keep being like, oh, it looks so good with the new camera.
Okay, so everybody should jump over to the premiere and we can continue.
Well, we still have like a minute.
Are you doing it on your phone or are you doing it on the computer?
No, we're going to do it on the computer.
Okay, well, I'm going to go get it. You talk about it.
There's like a 3-minute like countdown for the premieres. Yeah, so we do premieres every once in a while. The reason why we don't premiere more often, because we love doing the premieres because we don't have the comments, so we like talking with you guys. That's why we do these weekly live videos. But the premieres, they do this like I think it's 2 minutes. They do this 2-minute countdown before they start, and it's like I think the chat's open.
So you have it loaded up here already?
Yeah, no, like have it set up. I have it scheduled.
You have the actual screen loaded up.
I don't know, maybe. Okay.
There's only 23 people there.
You guys, Ian checked.
Yeah.
There's not enough. That's because we're hanging out. I said we have a whole nother minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know. Does the chat start on the premiere?
You should say something really funny to end the live stream. That'd be great.
Yeah, whatever.
Like just tell a joke.
Well, I saw a funny comment.
Okay.
I think it was on Instagram. So someone said to me that they were like, when you told Ian that it like makes you happy and it like lights you up to see him after staying up all night, they were like, that was hilarious. And I was like, those are my people. That's
I hear the premiere
The
music.
premiere. It's happening.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go do that.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, and we'll both be in the chat. Like, I'll be on the.
I'm gonna go check and see. I'm not sure if the kids are gonna need anything.
Yeah. Okay,
We are
so I'll
getting-
be in the chat on the premiere, and then if Ian,
Yeah, I'll probably
Ian
be
will
watching
probably
some
hop
of
in.
it.
The video is 25 minutes, I think. The tour's 25 minutes long. So you guys know.
And there's drone footage.
Yeah, looks really good. We did one of our music montages. Okay, let's go over there. I can hear it going. Okay, 350 people. I'm gonna turn this off, and then I'm gonna go check my premiere, and
Yeah.
like, let's see what kind of conversion we can
We
get, guys.
we have all your names on here.
Yeah.
So you know.
Okay, you don't actually have to watch it because after it premieres, it's just there for whenever you would like to conveniently watch it. Okay, but thanks so much for hanging out, guys. We'll see you next week.